Here are the two Blendifuls I am going to be using today. They are completely clean. I'm going to show you how to do a full face of makeup using only these two products. I'm not really comfortable with putting my foundation on with this white shirt. Obviously, the thinking wasn't there this morning, so yeah, let's change it. Ta-da! Honestly, white and foundation, white clothes and foundation, just, they don't mix. If you haven't seen my last video about foundation must-have, I will leave a link to it for you. It'll be either up here or down in the description box below. And go check that out and check out this facial oil because not only does it smell like fresh roses, for mature skin, it is one of the best products I've used in a really long time. A really good change I made to my makeup routine. Very happy about it. It is like really cold outside. It was up, like it was like minus 30 just the other day. And now I think it's like minus 20 something. It's still pretty cold. But yeah, it's Saturday. I'm filming on a Saturday morning. Everybody's gone. One of my sons is gone to see one of my other sons in the city. The other one is headed back to work. Dee is over working on the house. I told him, today I need to take a break. Okay, I need to take a break. I've been in that house day after day after day with the dust and the smell of paint and everything else. And it was just like, no, no, I wanted to take a day off. What I have to do today is change up my foundation a little bit because I love my Luminous foundation, but I am actually too light for that foundation now. So I'm gonna actually do a mixture of both, but I'm gonna do that after. I'm going to do my foundation moisturizer concoction with the Georgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. This is the one I really like using in the winter time. So I've got the color 5. So it is quite a bit lighter than my Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous foundation. So I might look like a ghost in a minute. Yeah. Look at how much lighter that one is. Look at how much lighter that is. Oh my goodness. All right, so I always put this part on with my fingers and then I'm going to tap it in and start using my Blendiful. Perfectly clean Blendiful, as you can see. Haven't used it today. And I'm going to tap that first layer in. I did go through this in my foundation review, but this video is going to be a little bit similar, only that I'm going to do a full face of makeup using only my Blendifuls. Well, both my Blendifuls. So there is the first layer done. A little bit of the light color, the Giorgio Armani, and then a little bit of my Luminous by Anastasia Beverly Hills. And I'm just gonna mix those two together to create, hopefully, what I'm hoping will be the perfect color for me. I'm gonna mix those kind of up with my Blendiful, and we're gonna start dabbing those on. So that's pretty close. A lot of the times I will just use a little cup and do a pre-mixture of foundations, but I think this would be fine. Okay, now I'm just going in with the Giorgio Armani, just basically where I need my coverage here. Unfortunately, I forgot to put my primer on. So the two primers that I actually do use when I use primer is the Silk Canvas by Tacha, as well as the No Pore Blem Prime Essence by Touch In Soul. So those are the two primers that I normally use. I have put them on with the Blendiful, so you can do that. Sorry, I forgot to do that, but you can do that. Okay, now that's the foundation layer that I've put on. Hopefully I don't look like a total white ghost. For this video, I'm gonna go in with my eye primer by MAC. That's the Painterly Paint Pot. That's my color there, Painterly. And we're just gonna go in with that and do prime my eyes. There we go, eyes primed. Next, I'm going to be using my Nakia Joy setting powder. This one here is oh, it doesn't even say. This one is the Velvet Finishing Powder. As you know, I don't normally use powders like on my face, but I do use them to set the primer on my eyes. We're gonna go in with the little Blendiful, so the little Blendiful, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of powder. If you can see the powder there, I'm just taking a tiny, tiny bit, and I'm gonna set my eyes with the powder, yeah. So if you have, if you've bought powder and you're thinking to yourself, okay, now I've wasted my money, I've got this powder, I can't use it on my face because it makes me look, you know, textured, use it as an eye primer. Honestly, it's wonderful. Use it as an eye primer. We're going to use that same little Blendiful and we're gonna move on here to eyeshadow. Yeah. Okay, I'm using the Amrezy Anastasia Beverly Hills palette today. There it is there. Isn't that pretty? And usually I go in with Wasted, which is a light color, but because I've already, you know, set my eyelids, I don't have to do that. And what are we in the mood today? Are we in a pink mood? I think we're gonna be in a pink mood today. I'm gonna Semsa. I don't know how to pronounce this one. Semsa, I think that's the name, Semsa. Anyway, we're gonna go in with that. Now I'm gonna go in with my little Blendiful. I'm gonna take a little bit of that color and I'm gonna start blending it out on the inner or the outer corner of my eye. I'm just being careful to take what I need because honestly I don't need a lot of color here. The Blendiful, it really blends, like it takes a lot of product and then it just blends it. And for mature skin, like honestly, it is very soft. Isn't that nice? So the Blendiful works really good in a couple of different ways with eyeshadow. You can tap it on if you need to. You can blend it out if you need to. I think I'm pretty much even. I'm just pulling it across the lid just a little bit. I want it blended out quite a bit. What I want to do is just blend it out on the top a little bit. So I am going to pick a different area of the little Blendiful and really squeeze it on the one side and just blend. And if you're more mature like me, the Blendiful does not drag your skin too much. Like that is totally blended right out. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the next color, which is black. Most people are gonna be like, black? Yeah, black. What I like about black is that it will, you know, just darken up that color just ever so slightly. So again, with the same corner that I did the last color Semsa, I'm gonna go in with the black. Now be careful here, because even with a brush, you're gonna wanna be careful with the black shadow. It can be a game changer or it can be a game breaker. And because this is black, of course you can't really see it that well. Okay, and then slowly, okay, slowly go in and just add your dark one. And I'm just staying to the outer corner. Like, I'm not gonna go too far in. I just want to deepen up the outer corner, that's all. And because I have hooded eyes, I have to bring it up a little bit. I'm gonna put a little bit more on there just to deepen up on top here. Just tap it on there. And same thing, if you want to just tap on the color where you want it, and then just take a different part of your Blendiful, whichever part that wasn't used yet, and just blend it out. You can do that too. Now don't worry if it gets on your face, because there is more to come. For the last and final color, I think I'm gonna go in with Cupcake. I'm gonna go in with Cupcake, and this is a shimmer. So let's go in with the little Blendiful again. Now it doesn't matter which side you pick. I picked a clean side that I hadn't used any color on, or you can pick the side that you had the last color on, which for me it would be Semsa, which is kind of a purple, as you can see. And I'm just gonna go in and I'm gonna put Cupcake on. There's Cupcake there. And I'm gonna put that on my lid. And honestly, like, it has a lot of potency. Like, Cupcake will go on a lot more potent with your finger, but today I want to show you that you can use only the Blendifuls with everything. And I haven't noticed like any of the shadow coming back off, because I am what you might call an over blender. I don't know, does that make any sense? But sometimes I tend to over blend my colors, and a lot of times they will start coming back off. I'm an over blender. I find that I don't do that when I'm using the Blendiful. I don't know why, because it blends out really nice, like all by itself. If you decide you want to do like a highlight on the brow bone, let's do that. The nice trick is with the Blendiful, as you can see, the Blendiful, this is the side I used already. And if you find that you don't have any sides left, you can always take it and flip this, and then you can use the other side. So we're gonna use the other side, and I will go in with a highlight on my brow. So let's do a highlight on my brow. I think we'll just go in with Wasted. So that's Wasted there. And we will just go up here. Okay. Now what I want to do is just under here, because I always need a little bit of color just under my eye. I'm just going to bend it again, another little portion of the Blendiful, and I'm going to go in with 1980. No, maybe we'll go in with something a little bit less drastic than that. I think I'll go in with OG. We'll go in with OG. So this is OG here, and we will do just under here. Don't want anything too dark under my eyes. I never really do, even when I use brushes. She did in her video mention that where it's been sewed, like where the seam is, can be a little bit uncomfortable. I don't find that normally, because I am trying to use the brush, like the softer part of the Blendiful. So there is the under eye done. Now I'm gonna go in with my big Blendiful and I'm just gonna clean up the mess that I made with the part that I used already. And I'm just gonna clean this up here a little bit. There. This works really good if you've made a little bit of a mess. So clean that up, especially the shimmers on here. Like when I do use the shimmers, they always fall. I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of foundation under my eyes. So I went in, as you saw, and cleaned up under my eyes. And because I'm more mature, I tend to put on my concealer or a little bit of foundation under here just to finish the cleanup and lighten up under my eyes and just help protect and just conceal. I normally do that with my fingers. You can do that with a Blendiful, but I tend to always do it with my fingers because I have more mature skin. It just helps keep everything as natural as possible when it comes to mature skin. What I will do is I'm going to put on my liner and my lashes, and I will be right back to finish this look with the Blendiful. So I was smart enough to film, but not smart enough to turn my microphone on. Oh my goodness. Okay. Unfortunately, this video is not going how I was hoping it was going to go. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of walk you through the next step that I did. So I finished my eyes, liner and lashes. As always, my Hank & Henry Blickety Black liner and my Nikia Joy lashes, the Ashley 2, as always. The next step that I did is I took my little Blendiful, the side that I hadn't used yet. I went in with my highlighter and my blush. I'll just show you a little bit. Hopefully I don't overdo it. Now I've already done my highlighter and my blushers. I'm going to do it again. I'll show you what I did. So with a clean, hopefully this one's a clean one. So with the clean side, little clean corner there, I went in with the highlighter and I just went in here. Like that. So as you can see, it puts on the highlighter like actually quite a bit more potent than what I normally put on with a brush. I don't like using a brush or my finger with highlighter. So when this came into my life and I saw that like on her YouTube channel and on the website that you can use it for your highlighter, I was ecstatic. I really was. I was very happy about that. And I used a small Blendiful for this job because I don't normally use this Blendiful to like touch up my makeup once I've left the house. I am so very busy once I leave the house. Most of the time, I just don't have the time to touch up my makeup. So if it's coming off, it's coming off. I'm gonna pick a different corner here because I don't want to put the highlighter back on with my blush. I don't want it highlighted everywhere. And I'm going to go in with my usual Alamar. This is the Colorette Blush Trio Medium Tan, which I have been using since I got it. I love this. I haven't reached for another blusher since this. And I'm going to use the middle one. There's Isla. I'm going to go beneath the highlighter I just put on, and I'm going to put Isla right about there. Right there. And I like just a slight wash of color on my cheeks. I don't like to be too heavy. Now right now it looks a little bit heavy. Like when you look on the camera it looks more saturated, but it actually isn't. But that's okay, don't worry about that. Even if it goes on a little bit more than you wanted, not a big deal. So there's the blusher. Now I'm going to take a clean portion of this little Blendiful. So I'm just gonna fold it like this, fold it like that, and I'm gonna use this area to blend out the blush. Just to blend it in a little bit. I don't want it to be pop in your face blush, just to make me look like I've been outside for a few minutes. And the thing is, it blends it out most beautifully. Now moving on to something that I'm really excited about. I have two products here that I've had on hand for a really long time. I've used each one of them once. The reason I don't wear them is, I'll show you why. So the first one I got when I bought makeup from Urban Decay. They sent this as a little sample, and this is the Urban Decay lipstick in Venum. This is a beautiful color. There's the color there. Isn't that beautiful? Unfortunately, I don't like lipstick. I don't like the way it goes on my lips. A lot of time it's dry, it's uneven, and then I've got to go back in with a little brush and try to even it out. And I'm telling you, I am way too lazy for that. I've worn it once, right? Once. So I thought I'm gonna put it on with the Blendiful because I've already recorded this once. As you can see, it's on my Blendiful. So I'm gonna put this lipstick on with my little Blendiful. So I put it on like that. There we go. Just dousing the end of my Blendiful. Now I'm going to put it on my lips. There. Now as you can see, that went on like nothing, like it went on beautifully. And the thing is that you can build the color up if you want, or the way that I like to wear my lipstick is just like this. I don't want it to be too bright. What I like about putting my lipstick on with the Blendiful is, one, it goes on flawlessly. Like it just, you know, it just delivers the lipstick smoothly across my lips. The other thing that I like is that there's a soft border. I don't like a harsh, real defined border on my lips. I never did. So that's why lipstick was always out. Liquid lipstick, it had to be a specific color so that I, you know, a lot of times with liquid lipstick, I'd go in and I'd pat this area of my lips just to kind of soften that border. With the Blendiful, I don't have to do that. Now I'm going to take this off. Now I've taken off that lipstick, and I find that sometimes when I take off my lipstick, I will take off a little bit of the makeup around the lips. Take your big Blendiful, the one you just used with all your foundation on it. Just take it and feather it down on your lips. And feather it up. And what you have is all your makeup is just feathered down into your lips so you don't see where you took your lipstick off. Because sometimes I'll put lipstick on and I'll think to myself, no, that is not the color I want on, right? So gotta take it off. So that's another little trick. I'm gonna use the little Blendiful again, and I'm gonna flip it around and use this side because I'm gonna use a different color. Now this is one I've had for a really long time. When I saw it on the website, I really liked it. When I got it here in person, I found it to be too bright and too harsh for any look that I was trying to do. I just found it to be too dark, and I ended up only wearing it once or twice and then never wore it again. And that's the Huda Beauty Demi White, or Demi Matte. This one is in Passionista. When I saw it on the website, it looked gorgeous. It looked like my color, but when I got it home, I was really disappointed because it was just too dark for me. I don't know. It was too bright. Too bright for me, I guess, is the better word. So I'm gonna open it up. And there it is there. Look at how bright that is. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the clean side of the little Blendiful, like so. Okay, and as you can see, there is Passionista, and I'm gonna go in again and apply it to my lips. So there is Passionista. This is a liquid lipstick that I actually only wore a couple of times, didn't like it. Wearing it and putting it on this way with the Blendiful just brings down that brightness just a little bit, because even on the camera, like the saturation is a lot more, but in person it's not quite so bright. And of course, my favorite very soft border of, you know, of color on my lips, which I really, really like that application. I like putting on my lipstick with this tool. Lipstick might be something I'm interested in now that I've been able to do that with the Blendiful. I just find the Blendiful, oh, I love it. My teeth even look lighter. So there's a few points that I want to make about both of these Blendifuls. Is the big one, very soft to the skin. It's for mature skin. It applies the foundation absolutely spectacular. It's a tool that I've been using over and over every day since I got it. I love it. Seriously love it. And the thing is, if you're like me, you know, if you want to switch sides for all different products, it's not a big deal. Even if, hopefully you don't do this, but if you kind of forget to wash it after you're finished, then it's very easy to just flip it around and use the other side. A nice option, you know, for those of us who might sometimes forget to wash her. Same goes with the little one. You can flip it over and use the other side. Depending on how much product you actually put on your face, there is a lot of real estate here to using this product. And the big one, the fact that I'm able to do everything with just my Blendifuls, not a brush needed. You know, if you're traveling a lot and you don't want to take a brush with you, for me, it's hard to take the brushes with me. I do take them with me, but sometimes I'll forget one of my brushes. It's easy to travel with. They don't get damaged. Brushes do get damaged depending on how you pack them. So I really like this option because you can do everything. If you do have to travel, it's just so much easier to take something like this than packing up a whole bunch of brushes. So as you saw, there is quite a few uses for the Blendiful. If you've come up with different uses for the Blendiful, please let me know because I would be so curious to find out what you've done with your Blendiful. If you don't have a Blendiful, please go check them out. I'm telling you, I actually bought 2 extra sets just to have with me because I really like them. And for mature skin, it just applies everything so soft and gentle to your mature skin. I haven't had any issues with putting my foundation on, the primer for my eyes, patting in my BB cream foundation moisturizer type concoction I always do. I really like it. And this whole look was created without a brush. They retail for $18. Now, in Canadian, that's going to be about 25 bucks. That's pretty much the going rate for even a beauty blender. One of the things I really liked was I saw Jen Love's reviews cut hers up. Yeah, I'm not going to do that, but I did see her cut hers up. She cut it up after she used it and found that inside there was no product. So all your product pretty much stays on the surface. With the beauty blender, I find I lose a lot of my foundation into the beauty blender when I'm trying to put it on my face. So that's kind of, ugh, you know what I mean? Not a nice thing. I will leave a link to Jen's YouTube channel below for you so you can go watch her cut it up yourself and see her thoughts on the Blendiful. But my thoughts on the Blendiful for somebody more mature who is always looking for the fastest and easiest way to put on my makeup, make it look the best, is definitely the Blendiful. I really like this product. I like this tool, and it's not because I like Tati, because I do like Tati. The Blendiful has been a serious game changer in the way that I put on my makeup, all of it. Specifically when I'm going to be traveling, this is something I'm going to want to pack with me. Love it. I really hope you guys enjoyed my video today and my review and so many ways to use a Tati Beauty Blendiful. You guys have a great day, and I would love to see you back here for my next video. Have a good one.